Hi, I'm Carol Lovelee, and thanks for joining me today for this Becoming the Light You Are meditation. If you don't know me at all, I just wanted to share with you that a year and a half ago, I moved myself and my energy therapy business to Minneapolis to be closer to my daughter and her family. I'm originally from upstate New York. I traditionally trained as a therapist and then became very involved in the holistic healing community about 25 plus years ago. And I've been doing private sessions, teaching wellness classes, speaking, and I'm also the author of a book called Tears to Giggles, which is a new mom's stress manual with easy how-to online videos. So please visit my website at carollovelee.com if you'd like to know any more. So today I'm going to share a bit of information with you about your sensitivities, your intuition, your inner light, and the universal field of energy. We're also going to examine and experience through a meditation process what happens when you connect all of these aspects. Can it really shift you from where you are now to feeling more excited about your work, enjoying your relationships more fully, being supported by your finances in a happier way that really helps you with your outlook on life? So let's start this process together and be open to all of these possibilities or something even greater showing up for all of us. So I want to thank everybody who's joining me here today. And I'm going to suggest that you get comfortable either in a comfy chair or even lying down, perhaps on your bed or your couch. And if you're multitasking, you might want to come back later and listen to the replay and really be able to kind of sink into the process. So we're going to start today with calling in the energies of love and light. So I do this at the beginning of every day, and I do it at the beginning of all the sessions that I do with clients. So know that once we call in your team's energies and they start hanging out with us, that they will be with us through this whole entire process. We won't necessarily need to do that again. So we do live on a planet of free will. So you do need to give permission for your team. And again, we're only going to invite energies of love and light here today. So we kind of have that covered in case anybody's worried about that. But because we live on that planet of free will, or on this planet of free will, we really do need to give permission. And also we're going to, once we call in our teams, we're going to build a morphic field of energy that's going to help us to manifest. So if it's just one of us, that's like one of us. But if there's two, it's like 20. If there's three, it's like 30. So pulling on the energy of your team and then everyone else's team starts to build what we call a morphic field of energy. And we'll go into that a little bit later. But for right now, you can either just say, yes, I would, like my spiritual team to come in, or I'm going to call your team and my team and everyone's team together here. And as I'm doing that, you can, as I said, say yes. Or if you have particular team members, archangels, angels, that you use or you'd like to call in, please just do that out loud. And let's get going. So I'm going to, and occasionally I am going to close my eyes because I kind of shut out the distraction when my eyes are closed. So I'm going to call this day on our high self, our innate wisdoms, our soul, that beautiful creator spark energy within each of us, our guardians, our ancestors, our multidimensional teams, our angels, archangels, ascended masters. And then we're going to start by taking a couple of deep breaths together. So I like to breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. As we're breathing in, we're going to be breathing in what I consider to be kind of a very high 12th dimensional energy. And I see it as gold, but it could be a different color to you. It's all good. And then as we're breathing in, we're going to breathe in that energy. And on our out breath, we're going to let out our out breath with sound, because sound is vibration and it will amplify your intention of letting go of any stress. And as you're letting go, you might want to actually let your shoulders go and kind of relax. So let's take about 3 deep breaths together. Perfect. So you might already begin to feel energy around you, through you. I feel like these energies, this 12th dimensional energy comes in through the top of our heads and starts coming through and around us. It might feel tingly, it might feel warm, it might feel cool. It might feel like it's really running up and down your body. You might see colors. You might sense a loving presence around you. You might hear some energy around you, or a voice. Whatever is coming to you is perfect, and you might not feel or see any of it, and it's all good. All you really need to do is relax and receive. Perfect. So now we got that golden energy and it's coming through us. We're going to start tuning into the group energy and start building that morphic field of energy around all of us. Again, only love and light is welcome. So kind of visualize like we're all in a big circle, and we're going to start doing figure eights with our hands across, pulling the energy back and forth with that infinity of an 8 from you to the people across the circle from you. So we're just going to keep doing that. We're just going to keep going back and forth and all around with this beautiful, beautiful energy. And it's just going to build that group energy, that morphic field, and build it and build it and build it. Perfect. It's kind of what I call infinity at its best. So now we're going to take a moment and we're going to ground this beautiful 12th dimensional gold energy and that infinity energy into every cell, every molecule, every atom, every space in between. We're going to activate our DNA with it. We're going to fill up our physical body, and then next to that we have emotional, and then mental, and then spiritual bodies of energy. We're just going to fill all of our being with not only the 12th dimensional, but the morphic field of the group, and all of our guides and angels. And you can either see, imagine, or feel that energy just filling you up. Now we're going to start visualizing some roots going through the palms of our hands down into the earth, through the bottoms of our feet down into the earth, and also through the base chakra, which is, or the root chakra, it gets called several names, which is right at in the middle part of like the pelvic girdle. So roots going down into the earth, way, way down into the earth. And again, you can visualize that, like you have roots like a tree, or you can use your breath. And I kind of push it down with my out breath, my roots. So we can take a couple of deep breaths and push those roots all the way down into the very core of the earth, the heart of the earth mother, that beautiful crystalline grid energy, way down there at the core of the earth. Once those roots are kind of established, we're going to visualize that there's this vibrant green spring kind of energy coming up as a gift from the earth. So we've got that 12th dimensional gift from the creator of all that is flowing down through that channel and into the earth. And now we're going to start commingling that green and bringing it up all the way through our channel and back out kind of through our crown chakra at the top of our head back to the heavens. And it's going to do that with a lot of ease and grace. So we've kind of become a conduit. So just let that energy kind of settle in and stay with that energy. You might want to just keep your eyes closed here and kind of hang with that energy as I start to kind of explain a little bit what I mean by this universal field. So we all came in here in an older energy, and now there's a newer energy on the planet, and it's beginning to help us to expand our energy from one of more fear into love. And it's filled with all kinds of new ideas and attributes. So we as humans, we need to recalibrate in order to really use that energy. And our survival brain just takes concepts and owns them, and then it kind of makes them into our life filters and our reality, and it becomes our spiritual kind of survival. So when the rules start to shift and the energy starts to shift, it's really hard for humans. We love sameness, we desire sameness, and we weigh into everything by what the past has been and what we've known in the past and what was taught to us by those who we trusted, which might have been your parents or your grandparents or your teachers or your religious leaders. And maybe that information when you learned it was accurate and true for the time, but the time is changing and the universal field is changing, and so there's new information now. And it's really hard for humans to want to go off that marker of what they're comfortable with. Over the last several years, as I said, that energy's been moving from a lot of fear energy, third dimensional energy, toward a more fifth dimensional energy of love. And it's raising the vibration, and it's raising our vibrations. And there's also this, so we've been in the third, we're moving toward the fifth, and the fourth kind of becomes the bridge that's bringing us back toward this fifth dimensional energy. It's been here on the planet with us for a long time, but we haven't really lived it. There's certainly been those who have walked among us, like the Buddha and Jesus and Mahana and Mary, Mother Mary, and Mary Magdalene. And, there's been energies that have been here on the planet who have walked in that fifth dimensional energy, but we as humans, we haven't done that for a really long time. So as I said, we're building this new matrix of energy, morphic fields of energy. We just connected our field into a morphic field of energy, and there's thousands and thousands and thousands of them around the world. And this morphic field of energy for this class is going to stay live, and anytime anyone comes in the future to listen to this, or you come back to listen to it, or any of us tap into this energy, it will just build it and shift it and change it even more. So, so many of us have felt alone and confused and kind of challenged in this lifetime. And a lot of that is because when we came into this planet, it was the gig that we would forget who we were. We would forget the love, the big bundle of unconditional loving energy that we were. And we'd start living in this three-dimensional world and wait to remember who we really were. So our DNA adjusted itself for the time that we were born, and it created a reality that we call human nature. And so now, because of the earth changes with the nulls and the nodes and the crystalline grid and the field of all possibilities, it's actually lifting the veil so that we can get more experience of living with that fourth and fifth dimensional energy. And it's starting to recalibrate our DNA. So while that third dimension was about pain and suffering and fear, the fourth is like the bridge that's kind of shifting us. And sometimes it feels like it's kind of swaying and shifting under our feet. And that's, again, a little scary for humans. And the fifth dimension is about compassion and integrity, connection, collaboration, health, vitality, peace. and those win-win negotiations, freedom. And we're starting to move between those dimensions and getting glimpses. So, we have this sense of feeling at peace around an issue or something in our life, and then something else comes along and we get back into that more dense confusion. And so the trick is to remember that you're a creator in a human body. So you're here to feel all of the experiences, the ups, the downs, all of it. And it's going to take us some time to live completely in that fifth dimensional energy, to be that fifth dimensional being. So don't beat yourself up if you're having this peaceful moment and then you go out and swear at somebody in traffic. We're just moving back and forth, and sooner or later we're going to stay more and more and more in that higher energy. You're human, so embrace that. We're here to feel it all. So eventually, and it's happening already. I feel it's already happening for me, but your DNA is starting to get more and more efficient. Because remember, I said that, as this energy veil gets thinner and thinner and lifts more and more, we need to recalibrate our DNA, and that's already starting to happen. And as that happens, it's going to be the missing bridge between your innate, your inner wisdom, and your normal human brain. So these energies we have energies within our human being that are like crystalline energies that are there, have been there all along, and they're helping us. They're kind of turning on and bringing us more and more into enlightenment. And one of the most important catalysts that we as humans can use that will bring us more and more into that fifth dimensional energy so that we can enjoy it is compassionate action. It's an energy that's very invisible, yet it's really thick with human emotion, and it's very profound, and it can help you to create a new energy around you of compassion that's going to build from one moment of compassion to another. So how do we tap into that new field of energy and all those possibilities? And how do we move more and more out of that reactive world and more into making conscious decisions from a place of true knowing, from a place of inner wisdom? One important step is to make room for the new energies. Everything is energy, so let's make room for it by clearing away some of the residual. And this will automatically raise your vibration as you let go of some of that old residual. We also need to open our receiving channels. Believe it or not, most humans have kind of a karmic imbalance to receiving, and it seems to be easier for humans to give, and they somewhat block their receiving channels. So during the next part of this process, we're going to focus on letting go of some of that old residual energy and enhancing your receiving channel. So again, don't strain to try to make anything happen, just allow. It'll come in divine timing with divine help, and it'll just happen for you. So again, we're gonna relax again. So if you're in your chair or you're laying on your couch or your bed, we're gonna relax and come back into that energy in case you left it while I was doing all that chattering. And your team is gonna start to fill your field and your being again. As your energy field starts to begins to lift or change or shift during this process, it's going to begin to lift you up. So all you really need to do again is simply relax and receive. Get comfortable, close your eyes again. Take a moment to reconnect with the beautiful energy that's with you wherever you are. Take a couple more of those deep breaths in through your mouth and out through your nose. Again, letting go with some sound on your out breath. Those deep cleansing breaths. Know that you're still surrounded by your team and by the whole group, by a legion of angels of light, higher healing vibration. Breathe in that healing light and breathe out any tension, anxiety. Reconnect with that high dimensional 12th energy and with that green, luscious energy coming up from the earth. And just feel your entire being with that. So now that we're kind of reconnected to that energy that we connected with in the beginning, we're going to start bringing in two beautiful, beautiful energies. One is the violet flame of transmutation, and the other is a cobalt blue energy of transmutation. And these two energies are going to come in and fill you up and surround you. They're going to provide you with an opportunity to let go of anything that's not serving you. So once again, planet of free will, so give permission just by saying, yes, yes, I let go of everything that's not serving me, anything that's holding me back from my highest potential. Ask these energies to remove any of the energies that are blocking your receiving channel. Remember, we need to be able to receive. We need to be able to get connected more and more to our team. We need to be able to develop our intuitive gifts. And in order to do that, our receiving channel needs to be open. So let's let our team help all of us let go of any of the blocks in your channel that you can today. Just by being aware and saying, I let go. Let's take a few minutes and let these beautiful energies. I kind of see this cobalt and violet flame or energy coming in again through the top of our head, and particularly cobalt blue. I kind of feel like it's kind of like a river of energy that comes through, kind of like that energy of a new stream in the spring, where it's coming through a little faster and it's kind of washing out some of those twigs and leaves and rocks and things that might have accumulated over the winter, and that spring rush of beautiful energy that just comes through and helps you to let go. And then it's pushing it down into the core again of the earth, so the earth can use it as fertilizer, transmuting it. So let's just let that happen here for a minute or two. Again, you might feel it as tingly warmth. You might feel rushes of energy coming through you. You might see colors, hear a voice, and you might not get any of it, but just know that it's happening. With your intention, it's happening. Perfect. And for the sake of this this live class that's going to become a video, not being too awful long, I'm going to kind of move ahead, but you can always come back and just sit in this energy and really allow it to clean away and clear away. Just put it on hold when you get to this point and take your time with it. Now I'd like you to reconnect with the gold and the green. It's a universal law that if there's an empty space, it's going to be filled with something. So it's always my intention when I'm working with people, and definitely with us as a group here in this meditation today, if we've left some empty spaces as that old energy has moved out, we're going to purposefully fill every nook, every cranny, every atom, every molecule, every space in between with this golden green again, the higher vibrational energies. Let's just bring those in. They're here, they're surrounded you, they didn't go anywhere. So bring them in and let's fill all those spaces where any old energy has left. Perfect. So I'm going to move on here to the next part of this meditation process of really helping us to transform and tap into our strengths, our intuitive powers, and kind of ignite that light even stronger within us. It's not like it's new, it's been there, but let's just make it even bigger. So now that we've cleared away some of the debris and the old patterns, let's establish a new operating system. And to me, I call this new operating system the coherent heart mind. And I've worked with this before, but I'm going to share it here because I feel it's a really amazing tool. So right now I want you to start to focus your energy on your big, beautiful, beautiful heart area. There's a big vortex or chakra energy there. And I know I'm saying some words that some of you might not know, but again, in the interest of time, I'm going to keep moving. And if you have any questions about something, certainly just put them in the comments below and I will get to those and answer them. So again, if we want to move more toward that fifth dimensional energy, we need to live more from our heart. Live more from our heart. Our heart knows what is loving and kind and joyful for us. When we turn into our heart and we tune out that busy, busy mind, we get direction that's coming from the divine part of us. We're asking our healing team right now to open our heart bigger. So what does that feel like? For some of you, it might feel like your heart area is getting heavier and heavier. For me, I was like, what, really? But I just kind of felt like that little bit of heaviness I was feeling was more like, my heart was just expanding, almost like, I had my hands on my heart or someone in my team did. Or it might feel lighter and lighter and lighter. Again, there's no right or wrong to this. Your heart is just expanding. So if our heart has always had the divine higher answers for us, why have we been trying to figure everything out from our mind? So if we shift our mind and we become a coherent heart mind, we're actually taking a very important step in kind of moving out of the drama of the third dimensional to the fifth. Again, remember, humans don't really like to shift because we're shifting into something that's unknown and that's fearful for us. So let's explore why we've been relying on that mind so much. It's really the mind's only job has been to keep us safe. Its only job. And so when we're asking about something in our lives or something we're in an experience in our life, our mind quickly goes into the past and tries to remember what happened in a similar situation, right? And then it projects out into the future, but it's not very good about staying in the now, and it comes up with statements like, do this, do that, don't do that, I don't know, don't do anything. It's a closed system. It doesn't make a lot of room for the shift. So I'd like everybody right now to pick one area of your life you'd like to see some change in. It could be your finances, your work, maybe a relationship, weight, health, your spiritual connection. You can come back and do others later, but pick one for right now. And just for a moment, without telling yourself a whole story, let your mind just remind you why this issue is a problem in very short statements. It's probably going to be those statements you've been listening to day in and day out around this issue. Don't worry, we're going to shift this in a minute, but for right now, just listen. This is what's kind of been going on and how you've been using your mind to help you, and your mind's been trying, again, to keep you safe. And so take a minute and listen. And now I'd like you to thank your busy mind for always trying to keep you safe. Really take a moment and appreciate how hard your mind has been working on your behalf. And now just focus on that heart again for a moment and breathe into your heart. And now we're going to take that mind, kind of like a computer programming board, a little board, and we're going to drop that mind, that computer board, down into our heart. And we're going to do that with your breath. So you're actually moving your mind, the energy of your mind, down into your heart. It's kind of like taking a pebble and letting it drop into a pond. So sometimes I actually focus my breath coming down into my heart. Surround your mind with love and let that sink in. Again, your mind has been really busy on your behalf for such a long time. So let's take a moment and remind your mind that it's loved, that you've loved that has been trying to keep you safe, that you've loved how it's been working for you on your behalf. And then let your mind know that it doesn't have to work alone anymore. That from now on, your heart and your mind can work together. That we're connecting your mind and your heart. And that we're going to be connecting more and more as we move forward with the heart's wisdom. They're going to become a team. Now, as your mind has remembered that it's loved and is resting in your heart, check in and ask your heart about that same issue. Is there a different statement? Is there a different answer? Or is it the same? And again, don't judge it. Could be either. Could be either. So what we really kind of need to do is sometimes we just not only need to honor our mind and love our mind, but we need to give it a new job. And part of this new job is to work more in concert with the heart. So when you're spinning in your 3D world and trying to figure things out, take a moment, open your heart, drop your mind down in, and see if you can't come up with a new answer, something that's more heartfelt. So that's one aspect of this. The next aspect is, remember how I said, the mind has statements and it's a very closed system? Well, what if we had a more open system? What if we asked your field of energy around you and this morphic field we've built here to come in and supply you with answers that your mind could never have thought of? Answers that you as a human couldn't have even come up with. What if the field is full of answers to all of your questions, opportunities to all of your questions that you just have to open yourself to? And one of the ways to open yourself to is to live more from the question than the statement. And as you align more with your heart and your mind aligned together and your team aligned together, your actual energy field is going to start to move more and more toward that fifth dimension and stay there longer. So let's do this right now. Ask your team to work together on behalf of you with whatever issue you've chosen to work with right now. And now your mind has a new important job to be more in line with the heart's wisdom, with your whole team's wisdom. And let your mind know that it doesn't have to figure anything out. It never really had to figure anything out. That you're safe. You're safe. You're in this beautiful energy with all of these higher vibrations and you're safe. Again, if you need to, thank that mind one more time for keeping you safe and reminding it it's going to have a new job now. And let your mind know that it doesn't have to have the answers. You only have to ask the question. You only have to have the question. And instead of every question not having an answer about the rights and the wrongs and the goods and the bads, all your questions now are going to be about getting awareness that gives you tons of choices. Now, this doesn't mean that you're just going to get to sit in your chair and wait for the universe to bring you whatever it is, or to solve everything for you. What's going to happen is that your channel to your intuition and to your receiving is getting stronger and stronger, and the universe and your team are going to start to give you nudges, and you are going to need to begin to, pay attention to those nudges. So the more we ask the questions, the more choices there are that are going to be available, and then the choice is also going to give you more awarenesses. So here's some wonderful questions. First, we're going to bring your awareness, if it's dropped away, back into your heart. Make sure your mind is still connected. So take a moment and drop your mind back into your heart. If it popped back up again while I was talking. Bring your challenge again into your awareness and say that out loud. Because again, vibration There's a vibration to your sound and the universe is listening. You may already have a new awareness, but maybe there's some more awarenesses that could come from this. And remember, your mind doesn't need to have an answer. It's going to be your whole team coming together to send you nudges. Nudges, maybe to call somebody, maybe to go to that meeting, maybe to drive down the street or send out that email. Wear green today. Take that walk. Your only job is to follow those nudges and see what comes from that. What comes from that? So here's some questions. And again, I'm going to read through these, and for the interest of this not being too long, come back and listen to these questions, or maybe even write down the ones that feel closest to your heart around your issue, and spend some more time listening to your heart and your mind and putting that out to the universe with your particular question. So what is it I need to learn from this experience? Whatever experience or issue you're thinking about right now that you've been working with, what is it I need to learn from this experience? And what choices do I have here that I haven't even considered? What else is possible here? What else is possible? I wonder how many amazing opportunities and possibilities will show up. That wonder energy, get into that. Again, heartfelt, ask your questions, heartfelt energy. If you're working on something that's going on in your body, your question might be, what would it take for my body to shift this pattern to one of health and vitality? What would that take? This is one I love. What opportunities, people, situations would open even more possibilities to me? Bring those people in, please. Yeah, how fun is that? And I wonder what surprises and synchronicities are opening up to me now. What else can I create? Again, the key is to keep asking the questions every day and be aware that the universal field of all possibilities can think up answers to your questions that you can't even come up with. And they're showing you the way with all those nudges. And the last part of this whole meditation process that we're doing here today is gratitude. When something does show up, get excited. We have forgotten to get excited. Like a little kid on a holiday. We put up memorials to all the yucky things that happen, but we forget to get excited about all the wonderful and amazing things that are happening every day in our life. Little things. Get excited. Blow up a balloon. Light a candle. In your excitement, say, thank you, thank you, thank you for helping me. More of this, please. More of this, please. I'm open to receive. Thank you, thank you. It's a very easy way to give your busy mind new jobs when you're connecting with your heart and your mind and you're asking the questions and you're bringing your mind into that process of, wow, shifting your world into a new energy of all possibilities and that gratitude. Thank you, thank you. So today, we're going to take a moment and we're going to be grateful for this time together. We're going to thank our collective, connective field, our guides, all of our team for helping us to release any and all old residual that's gone on its way, for replacing that with beautiful higher energies, for helping us to open up our receiving channels. Thank you for assisting us in raising that vibration for ourselves and for the collective field today. For helping us to explore new choices, possibilities, potentials, giving us new tools that we can use. As we open to being our inner light, our coherent heart mind, our innate wisdom, we will become one with that universal field of light and information that's here for us. And things will just start popping. Things will just start happening in a way that you can't imagine now, but it's there for each and every one of us. It's just waiting for us to remember that your guides and your team are just holding out their hands, waiting for you to take their hand and step into this new energy with them. And what if all this new connection really did help you to feel more excited about your work? Enjoy those relationships you already have and build new relationships. Fully support your finances so that you could have a happier, more joyful life. Let's choose that right now in this moment for each and every one of us. Let's send out that loving energy to everybody in the circle now and everybody who joins us, because there's no such thing as time and space, so they're here with us now. So send out that energy to all who are here and all who are coming to be here. And take a couple of deep breaths again and feel the energy of love. Feel the excitement of all the new possibilities. Feel the gratitude for all of it. Fill your heart and your space with compassion. And maybe one of our questions every day would be, what are some amazing, compassionate ways and actions I can take today that will bring this beautiful energy of compassion and kindness out into the world in a bigger way? Take it all in, receive the love, receive all of the love. I honor each of you, and I'm so glad that you said yes to showing up and being part of the now and being part of moving forward into a brighter future, one step at a time with me. It would be really boring if you all didn't come with me, so yay. And let's take a moment and send this collective beautiful energy that we've created today out to all humans, kind of tapping them on the shoulder or giving them a nudge and saying, remember who you are. Remember the light in you. Remember to build that light. Thank you for being with me here today. And please come back and listen to this replay. Anytime you'd like to work on this issue you've been working on today at a deeper level, or a new issue, or you just want to spend some loving, beautiful time with your heart and your mind all connected, come back, listen to any part of it or all of it, and know that it's really going to be helpful to you and to all of us. As you raise your vibration, the planet's vibration raises. So technically, I will be posting this video on my YouTube channel, and I will be posting the link below as soon as I have managed to accomplish that. And remember that if you want to find out more information, you can always connect with me on my website at carollovelee.com, and there's a contact there if you want to send me an email. And certainly, anybody who chooses can leave their comments below. Thanks again. I'll see you again soon.